What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. And my screen just went black. That's not good. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Hello.
Nick Sharpshot.
Hi, my screen also just went black.
And Austin Brown.
Hi, my shit's actually working.
Well, mine's not, so fuck you.
Oh no!
It's fine. Everything's under control. Technical difficulties will not stop us. It's fine. But yeah, this is another special episode of the Wardcast. Last week we had the longest episode we've ever had to date, clocking in at nearly 3 fucking hours, so that was a thing. We had 5 people on that episode, and we did like 2 games and a new segment, and it was a lot of shit happened there, so go watch that episode. This episode should be about normal length, whatever that means. I don't even know that we have a normal length, but
2.5
we try
hours.
to be an hour to an hour and a half, so we should be right around there. This is going to be a news-focused episode where we're going to skip the games and things like that and just kind of focus on the news because we're going into E3 and we've kind of been missing some news stories and just a lot of stuff's going on. So just want to kind of talk about that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Fucking exciting as shit.
It's going to be great. But before we jump into that, before we get into the good and the bad of today's video games, Jazz, how was your week?
It was good.
Great. Nick?
Great.
No.
No, it was pretty good. It was it went really, really slow. And I managed to actually play some games because of slowness.
Ooh.
So I played Zombie with no E at the end, just Zombie.
Learn how to spell, people.
Yeah, Zombie.
That's the problem with game developers, is they just don't know how to spell games.
Well,
That's the problem with game developers, they're lazy.
It's a follow-up of Zombie U. You know Zombie U when the fucking Wii U first came out?
Oh god, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think
is
it's
that the
something
same game?
like that. I don't know if it's the same game or if it's just like a
Yeah,
follow-up.
it's the same game, but they couldn't call it Zombie U, so...
Yeah, they were like,
Wait.
took off the U. They just like white out the U. They're like,
Wait, no, if that's the same... Wait, if that's the same game, that's fucking hilarious, because they're like... Can you imagine if they did that with like a Wii game, like Super Smash Brothers Wii, and then they just dropped the Super in the Wii part and put it on Steam?
It's called Smash.
Yeah, just Smash.
Brothers.
Smash.
Two
Brothers.
brothers in a van. Meteor hit.
2 brothers smashing.
Oh no!
Becky, let me smash.
I don't want
Smash.
that game.
No, Ron.
I don't want that game.
That game is illegal.
Ben is a hoe.
It's illegal in 5 countries.
Well, see, game developers, that's what happens when you give your game a stupid, gimmicky title that only applies to the fucking game system that entirety N64.
Wow.
Like Wii Play, even though it came to Steam. I'm just kidding.
Right.
We play.
Steam Play just sounds really erotic.
We Steam.
Gross.
Wow.
Oh no.
And I also played another game, but I'll wait for that one. I'll leave it for Sean. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
I can't handle the pressure.
You just like hear a gunshot and then Sean just... No more Sean. I've mostly been watching stuff, like as you know, I've been watching Supergirl, and then I took a break from that because I was like, the action in this is too crazy over the top. So I started watching Superman instead. Which is the same thing.
Superman?
The Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman.
I was gonna say, is there
Oh, man,
actually a
that's all
show
cool.
that's called Superman? I don't think there is.
Probably.
Also, those new adventures are old as fuck.
They
Yeah,
are, and
they're not the new
great.
adventures anymore.
Exactly.
They're the 90s
They should
adventures
retitle
of,
it The Old Adventures of Lois and
Yes.
Clark.
the 90s adventures of people who have gotten liposuction and fucking facial reconstructions.
Oh no, it's too real.
Oh, that rolls off the tongue for
That's
sure.
the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I couldn't even say fucking the words. And I've been watching Xena.
Hell
Xena.
yeah.
Xena.
What the hell is that?
Xena. La, 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 la.
The warrior
We're not allowed to do
Warrior.
the Xena Scream in 2019. It'll be taken as a attack toward
Oh god.
culture or race
Or
religion.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're all
2019.
xenophobic.
Ah!
This guy right here.
This fucking guy. Went, yeah, and
This guy.
yeah, I found a pawn shop across
Don't you
the
mean
street.
this
that sells
person?
The
Yeah, how do you know my fucking
2019.
gender? You see my dick? You see, well, I guess that doesn't matter.
2019,
Anyway.
Nick.
Well, I got a camera in your house, so
Wow. I don't have a house. I live outside a Starbucks on a cardboard box. You know that if you watch the podcast.
Jeez.
well, then wait. Then who am I spying on?
If you listen to all the other podcasts, you'll hear fucking like cars. You'll hear somebody come in and be like, "Can I get a caramel macchiato?"
And who's this homeless person in that box? He's creeping me out.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to touch my daughter.
Does he work here? No, he just podcasts here.
That's his joke.
Oh, he's one of those hipster fucks.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he's a homeless person with a job.
He's a homeless person with a goal.
It's
He
got
has a
ambition.
mission.
That's all that counts.
I'm only homeless on the weekends.
What?
Lol.
I'm only homeless
when
Monday through Saturday.
I'm only homeless when the owner comes home and kicks me out.
What? I'm only homeless until somebody goes to the cottage.
That's what I call a sticky situation.
Who is?
This is icky situation.
But yeah.
What were you saying, Jess? Something
we
about a
derailed.
homeless person? I mean, a Goodwill? Or what?
Yeah!
What?
Jesus.
Thrift store.
Goodwill.
That's the word.
We got some goodwill here in this fucking...
Oh wow! It was almost a full circle.
It was a quarter circle.
Yeah, no, it's not
Fireball.
called the Goodwill, but it's a pawn shop, and they had like 2 huge bins of PS2 games, and I went through all of them, and they were all fucking sports,
Of course they were.
That's usually, yeah.
but not even the sports that I like. And there's some hockey.
Oh, not hockey.
There was hockey, but like some of them were like fucking NHL like 2005 or something, and I'm like,
Rugby 2004.
there was a lot
Everyone's
of golf
favorite.
games.
Hopscotch 2013.
Yeah, dude.
Running away from Starbucks barista employees, 2007.
It's
Just
a
wait,
Homeless
sneaking
person
game.
simulator.
I want a whole bin full of the
1994.
sneaking game.
Just wait. At E3, they're gonna unveil Hopscotch Esports. Just you wait.
I need it. Give it to me.
In my
I need a
fucking
video
life.
game that teaches me how to do taxes.
All right, everybody, shut the fuck up. What were you saying, Jazz?
They need to make a video game that is a like Burger King has a game, McDonald's probably has a game. They just need
They
to make
do.
like fast
What?
food franchise battle royale.
Cheetos has a game.
Cheetos.
Why?
7-Up has a game.
Thumbs up, 7 Up, but if you get picked, you
Oh yeah,
just-
fucking Pepsi.
Yeah, dude.
That's probably one of the best ones.
What was I saying?
Pawn shop, sports games.
Oh yeah, I found in so those whole fucking bins of garbage. I ended up finding 2 games. One of them was Brothers in Arms game, which I like World War II games, so that works. And the other one I don't even fucking remember the name of.
Is that the sequel to Two Brothers Smash or what?
Brothers,
First they smash, now they got arms.
2 brothers in a van.
Alien invasion, tomato monster, Mexican amount of brothers. I actually have a shirt that has that entire movie poster on it.
Jesus.
God.
But
Beautiful.
yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. I
Yeah.
didn't get to do much of anything, but I did watch a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So did you buy
Good
that
stuff.
that game?
I bought that game and another game that I forget, but I paid $4.50 for both. So
That's not
Not
bad.
bad.
yeah, but I went in there looking for PS1 games. Because yeah, that happened this week too. My friend and I went to the thrift store, and I found randomly sitting on the bookshelf. I found a collector's box of the first 3 Tomb Raider games on PS1, which I already had, but it's Tomb Raider, so you can never have enough. And it was like $3.
That's $1 a game.
It's for Tomb Raider.
You're telling me it didn't cost $3.50?
And then
If only
we-
Silent Hill 1 was $1.
Oh God, I wish.
I still wouldn't play it.
Wow.
Wow!
It's not a hate thing. It's a
I
I can't
know.
do shit.
It's a love thing, yeah, definitely.
It's a jazz thing.
Yeah, and on the same day we came back and electronics waste bin here, like you put so you don't throw out your electronics in the garbage, because Earth, yay. And somebody threw out like a perfectly good PS1, 2 controllers, and a bunch of games.
What?
Yeah, so my friend's like, "Oh, it's mine now," and I was like, "Damn, I wish I." It's like, here you go.
That's one hell of a dumpster dive right
I
there.
know,
Right?
You're fucking stupid.
So now I have to start dumpster diving apparently because people are idiots.
And I don't even understand that mentality. Like, in this day and age, you have access to the internet. Sell the shit.
He tried. There were
Right.
like $1 stickers on all the games and nobody wanted them. So I guess he was like,
What?
well, I'm going to throw everything out.
You're telling me no one on the entire internet wanted that?
I know. I think I'm just going to put like a sign on the dumpster that says like, if you're throwing out PS1 games, don't be a fucking idiot. Come to my apartment and give them to me.
Yeah,
Don't make me die.
It's only worth $1.
Don't make me die. They were shitty
Dude,
games.
my
Actually, no, Tony Hawk
house,
Pro Skater 2 is not a shitty game.
my house
Right.
has a sticker on one of the doors, so I should just give it away for free.
Dude,
The
For
door
real.
or the house?
I will
No,
buy
the
your
whole
$1
fucking
house.
house. The whole
Bananas
house
have
just take
stickers, so they're all trash.
just throw them in the garbage.
This is derailing.
Is that why
I'm
you're
done.
homeless? Because
Yeah.
you sold your house for $1? Nick, how was your week?
My week was great.
How's
I
Starbucks?
worked- Yeah, Starbucks is great. They got the new mocha latte large for $3.99, where they put cocaine and horse semen into it, and it's
And
supposed,
accessories.
it's supposed to like stimulate your will to live or die. I don't know, one of those. Anyway, I worked 35 hours of retail this week, so I've been passing out every time I got home.
Yeah,
Sean can probably relate.
been
Okay.
there.
I'm not sure.
He's like 35 hours.
I know, you bitch.
No, that was my like first week of work though, so
That's fair.
I'm doing 42 next week. But I played some Dead by Daylight, and everybody sucks at that game now. I think the beta thing was out, and I didn't want to play it, and everyone who's left is just not fun to play with at all. I played White Day, a labyrinth named School, which is a really weird fucking game.
It's great.
It's fun, but I don't understand the premise, because the dude just shows up at a school. It's like a first person shooter like thing, but like it's like a walking simulator, but it's not a walking simulator, and everyone's really creepy, and it's puzzles and death and typical Japanese stuff, but I think y'all should play it.
So is it a strolling simulator? Is it a
Puzzles and
running simulator?
It's a skipping simulator.
It's like Call of Duty, except much slower pace. But yeah, there's that. I'm recording a Let's Play of Resident Evil 3 right now, and I didn't like how little energy I had, so I drank a bunch of soda and coffee, and now I don't like how much energy I had, so...
Wow.
The struggle's real.
Take 80 hours to play it. I dare you.
Yeah. It's gonna be the longest Let's Play ever made.
The second longest.
You know what? I'm gonna do 80 hours in 1 second.
You know, just let Starbucks sponsor your freaking Let's Play. They'll
There you
give you all the
go.
coffee you need.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
this-
not enough that I can do my podcast for free on your Wi-Fi, but now you have to sponsor me.
Exactly.
There
I mean,
you
you're
go.
right there.
I'm still not gonna buy a
like,
goddamn
hey, I need
macchiato.
20 shots, and you're gonna keep pumping them into me while I do this Let's Play.
Jesus.
80
Oh.
hours straight. Let's go. But yeah, otherwise, oh yeah, I watched the Evil Dead remake, which I really, really didn't like at all.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah?
mind it. I thought it was alright.
Yeah, same.
The characters were like the dumbest people ever, and it hurt my brain.
Yep.
It's like, if you watch it as its own movie and not a remake, it's pretty good. But if you compare it to the original, yeah, it's kind of a fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's lacking in Ash to make it.
I know, right?
Yeah,
How can
yeah.
you remake
No,
something
Ash-
with a character that iconic and not have that character in it at all?
No, he's in it.
No,
After the
well,
credits,
that does
yeah,
not
after-
count. Okay.
No, but like I knew that he would come in at some point, so that's why I waited until the very end. And then it's literally just like him and like a dark room being like groovy, and the movie ends, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, like he's
that was-
literally
'cause
not in it at all. That was just a, hey, guess what? He might be in the next one.
Because, you know, that kind of shit totally saves movies.
Yeah, totally.
I'm pretty sure it's because Bruce Campbell was just late for filming, so he just like walked in and then the movie
He
ended.
showed up drunk, and that's all they could get
Sorry.
out of him.
They're like, Bruce, I mean, we're out of film. He's like, all right. I'll be back."
I ended up at the wrong studio. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the man
He
with
just-
two brains.
He just filmed himself on an iPhone in his bathroom at the hotel. Like, that's good enough.
He showed up in the Asylum production studio. So
I was too busy making Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is actually good.
I'm terrified to watch that now because this movie, like, okay, I just want to say one thing about this movie because I don't want to derail, but like, the Necronomicon, the book and shit that they all read.
Yeah.
Okay, in the original, here's kind of like my problem with like I like campy shit. I think that the original Resident Evil is like, you can say that it's scary, but it's also kind of like funny and campy and like, yeah, I think there's a charm to it. Here's the thing. In the original Evil Dead, the characters were like, yeah, they were campy. It was not like, it was uncanny, but it was uncanny in a sense that you're watching a fucking movie.
Yes.
And the reason that the evil shit like came out of the ground and possessed people was because they played a tape, and they literally were like, we just found a bunch of tapes and just a bunch of stuff. I wonder what this is. In the new one, the dude who reads the book, this isn't a spoiler, this is on like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The dude reads the book. There's like drawings and writings on the book saying, do not read this. If you read this, you will die. It's like retard, like signs like, don't do the thing or you will suffer because this thing is bad. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to read this. And then later he's like, dude, I read something that said it would be evil and it was. My mind is like... And I was like, are you fucking shitting me? Anyway, that pissed me off. That just like,
yeah, it's pretty fucking derp.
If someone gave you a book that says if you read this you're gonna get cancer and die, are you gonna like be like actively reading it and trying to pursue it? Or are you probably gonna be
that's reading Twilight, right? Like, y'all got
exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
they were like, you're gonna have a fucking tumor, and you're like,
I mean, the whole fucking preamble in Twilight is like, if you read this, your face is gonna melt off, and they're like, that sounds good.
It's like Indiana Jones when they open the covenant.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, look at it.
Anyway,
Bruce
Austin,
Campbell, get on Twitch.
Austin freaking Brown.
That's
Also
me.
known, you actually kind of look like Bruce Campbell in your photo.
Oh, wow, thanks. I will definitely take that
Don't
compliment.
read the book, Austin.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't read the Ward book. Shaun was really high when he put it together. It's got some crazy shit.
Wait, he has drugs? Are you holding that on me, dude?
We're all
talk
doing
after
it.
the show.
We'll talk later. How was your week, Austin?
Yeah, so my week, or rather weeks, have been quite interesting because the past 2 weeks, I've actually been on the big business trip I've ever fucking been on in my life, where I work for Facebook, for those that don't know, and pretty much...
Oh, we got Mark Zuckerberg right on the fucking...
Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, but anyway, so I do quality assurance for them, and I mostly work with like outsourced teams on video integrity projects. So we had a couple of projects come up in Greece and as well as in Malaysia, and I pretty much had to do 2 on-site visits back to back in order to make sure that they were all doing a good job and whatnot. So that's pretty much what the past 2 weeks were doing, and then this week is pretty much just recovering from that because when you literally fly across the entirety of the world in the span of 2 weeks, you get jet lagged to shit. I assure you.
I bet.
Yeah, so I was super tired when I flew back. But it's been good. I'm great now and had a nice chill week. And as far as video games, I didn't really play anything because, like I said, I've been super tired.
Where's your Switch? Play it on the plane.
Well, I don't have a Switch. My roommate does.
Steal it.
I know, right? I should have. But
I mean,
I had plenty of in-flight movies to watch while I was on the plane, so that was fine. Hell, if anything, most of the plane flights, like, those are like 13-hour flights. So, you know, those ones are the ones where it's just like you watch a movie and then you, like, go to sleep.
You watch 4 movies.
Right. I kind of did. I watched quite a lot of movies, and like, you know, that was pretty nice to catch up on some of them.
But did you watch Equilibrium?
Did you catch up on The Bachelor?
I do own Equilibrium.
You better. It's
yeah,
amazing.
It's great.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, it's so fun. Like, it's totally ridiculous and crazy, but that's part of the fun.
I feel the acting in that movie was really well balanced.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's just funny seeing Christian Bale, of all actors, to be in a movie like that. Especially, like, considering all the other movies he's been in since then. Like, that's probably, like, the cheesiest, campiest movie he's ever been in.
Oh!
I could think of.
Where were the other drugs going? Totally serious. Totally fucking okay.
I guess for me, like I saw it when it came out, so like I didn't have any expectations as to like Christian Bale or anything like that, so I just saw him for unknown actor guy, so I didn't really it didn't really paint a picture for me. So
well, yeah, because that was also like before when he was Batman and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think
Batman.
The Machinist and like a couple other movies were out, so like I guess I kind of knew who he was, but like those movies were like really good movies, so like yeah.
Exactly.
He wasn't over the top Batman or doing anything fucking like super AAA fucking blockbuster movies or anything like that.
Do you recommend The Machinist, by the way?
Oh fuck yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you need to watch it. It's great.
And he is haunting to look at.
Oh
in
my
that
god,
movie.
yeah, that dude is
like
fucking
he actually
committed.
lost that weight.
Yeah,
in
he
order to
looks
look
like a
like
skeleton. It's fucking creepy as shit.
It is.
And I believe he went from Machinist to Equilibrium to Batman. So like,
yeah, I think
he went from the skinniest he'd ever been to the bulkiest he had ever been. It's crazy.
And then you're like, the fuck?
That's fucking commitment.
Exactly.
I hear that dude's an asshole, but you know he's committed. He's committed to being an asshole.
He's a committed asshole.
Trashing my life, trashing my scene.
Anything else?
Well, we were talking a little bit before this podcast, for about the length of a whole other podcast, about some of the landmarks I got to see. So, when I was in Malaysia, I got to be on the Petronas Twin Towers, which are not the not the tallest towers in Malaysia, but they're definitely up there. Like they're about 1,300 feet tall. You know, just to get an idea of how fucking tall this shit is. And yeah, being up there was pretty fucking scary, but also amazing. You know, not good. Not every day you get to go in buildings like that.
Are you scared of heights?
Yes, very.
Scared of planes.
Well, oddly enough, like planes, I'm more used to. I'm only scared in planes if there's like a shit ton of turbulence. Like that I can't deal with. But if the plane ride's totally smooth, then I'm fine.
That's weird. You'd think you'd be more uneasy being in a plane than in a tall building.
Yeah, you think, right? But I've just done it so many times, I'm just used to it by now.
Yeah. It's
Right,
understandable
so
that you don't go in buildings very often.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, if it's just like 5 stories or something, that's totally fine, not a problem. But if it's just like 80 stories like that shit was, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that's too much. No, thank you.
Right.
That's like a novel.
Yeah, exactly.
80 Shades of Grey? What?
Oh, what? Right, so I did that in Malaysia, and then when I was in Greece, like one of the things that was really amazing about that trip is that my hotel was pretty much right next to all the major like ancient landmarks in that city. Like the Parthenon, I was literally like a 5-minute walk away from.
Damn.
So it was just like I didn't have to drive anywhere. It's just like shit. I'm right next to it. I'll just go walk there.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, that was amazing. And then I just walked to all kinds of other landmarks that were in the surrounding area, and that was pretty incredible.
Nice.
And then of course I worked too, like a lame-o.
In the midst of
Like
having all kinds of fun, I worked a little bit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did some things. Made some moolah.
The money dollars.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a great trip, and I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was my shit.
Why you gotta make our weeks look like shit, Austin?
Because I'm just a one-upster, man.
Aw. Well, you succeeded.
I'm just a dick.
I'm just a big old dick.
Yeah, big old dick.
Big old dick having a big old time. I don't know. That's all I got.
I don't either. Geez, Sean, what kind of show you running here, buddy?
I don't know. It's a train wreck. We derail and then we crash and burn. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the charm.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful disaster.
You proud of me, Mom?
Mother.
You still listening?
Mother, tell your children not to listen to this podcast.
Mama, don't listen to this.
Sean killed
It's
a
a
man.
bunch of bullshit.
Wow.
Wow.
There goes your money, Austin. There goes your
Goes
paycheck
your
for the
$0
month.
paycheck.
Well, I'm always proud to make $0 for the ward.
and I appreciate that.
Remember when Bungie tried to sue the guy who did music for them over Destiny, and then he won, and it was like really bad. Even
I think I
he's a
just vaguely heard about that.
That happened.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
Shaun.
Hello, what?
Shaun, how was your week?
Oh, wow. Why don't you jump directly on Jazz's toes?
No, I was gonna say, do you have something in your
Crunch.
throat?
Oh, wow.
When you were like,
What I really meant was, fuck you, Jazz. Thank you,
Oh, sorry,
Nick.
that's mine.
My week was a week that contained 7 days, and those days also had nights, and also 24 hours in each of them.
Shit.
What did you do on the first hour?
Work.
He created the world.
Oh, wow.
And on the 7th hour, I also worked.
Wow.
Wow. No,
That's
it's
amazing.
my week was slow and brutal and lots of work and not enough sleep.
Aw.
But I managed to survive it, and here I am today. The
Do
man
you need a kiss
that
and
stands
hug?
before a kiss and hug. Kiss my ass. I played some
Well,
games.
look at the time.
Look at the fucking time. I played a couple games. I played Laser League with Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like some Tron esports hybrid bullshit thing. It's kind of weird. But like you kill each other with laser walls and laser swords and shit like that. It's actually pretty fun. It's kind of simple in gameplay, but like it gets really intense, especially when the AI just does not fuck around. They're like fucking impossible to win
The
against.
AI are better than like super high level people.
Yeah, like we'd play with like randos online, and the AI was like fucking 10 times better than them. It was ridiculous.
And then they use a laser.
Freaking laser beam.
Freaking laser.
But yeah, it's like
my laser.
it's like a 3-on-3. But yeah, it's just like a 3-on-3 arena deathmatch in Tron Land, and that was kind of fun.
Alright.
And in addition to that, I also started playing Siren on PS2. Well, PS4, but it's a PS2 game. And
Is that a new game?
No, it's a PS2 game, so it's quite old.
Oh, okay.
But it's I don't think it's been on PS4 super long. But they added like trophy support and stuff like that, which is cool.
Noise.
But yeah, it's a new game, but isn't a new game for me because I did briefly play it before, but I couldn't have played it for more than like 15 minutes, so that doesn't really count. But so I thought I'd pick that up and give it another shot, and it's kind of weird and potentially bad. I don't really know yet. The gameplay is like really frustrating. Like there always seems to be like zombie people with guns and like fucking pinpoint accuracy for some reason. And like these dead people have incredible eyesight and fucking cat-like reflexes. So like anytime you peek around a corner for like a millisecond, they just fucking snipe you. Even though they're zombies. I mean,
Man,
what the fuck
like,
is even happening?
Anytime anybody, especially since Resident Evil did it, I'm gonna, fucking roast them for a bit. Like, don't give zombies guns. Just don't do it. It's stupid every time.
Dumb. Especially when they're good with the guns. Like, I mean,
Right.
if they just
Well,
have
actually,
a gun
it's
and they're
'cause
just
they
like
remember
blindly firing or whatever, that's one thing. But they're fucking dead. They don't
Exactly.
have
No,
fucking
Sean,
sniper
it's
skills.
It's because they remember what they were like when they were human.
Fuck you, George Romero.
I mean, at least with Resident Evil, they have the excuse of being all like, "Oh, it was the Ouroboros and their parasites and whatever." So at least they get a pass with that. But like
Yeah.
most of the time, if it's like
Do
a straight
they,
up
though?
zombie, well, sort of pass. But like if it's like straight up zombies with guns, especially
Yeah.
like the way Sean's describing it, that's going to be a total path to Stupidville.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're fucking straight up zombies. It's dumb. But
Yeah, exactly.
the game, it's like super dark, like visually, so it's hard to kind of see where you're going and stuff. And it
Yeah.
requires you to do a lot of stealth and just kind of slowly make your way through the levels and avoid the snipers and shit like that. And to help you avoid the zombies, the fucking sniper zombies, you have this like sight jack ability. Sniper zombies. You have this sight jack ability that allows
what?
you to
Sniper
use
zombies?
psychic
I know.
powers ? So like you press L2 and you rotate the analog stick to find like the field of vision of the enemies through like the static field. It kind of works like the cryptographic sequencer thingy in the Arkham games. I don't know if you guys have played that, but like you rotate, like you kind of feel out where the signal is. Kind of works like that.
Arkham games.
But it's really shitty.
Oh, great.
And like you have to do that because like it allows you to see where the zombies are, you know, where they're placed on the map so that they don't fucking shoot you. And then you have to wait for a window to run past them. It's really weird. It's not what I expected.
Wait, what game is this?
Yeah, exactly. It's not what I expected for a survival horror game. This is Siren.
Okay. I was like, wait, this sounds a lot like Siren. I was like, wait, did you say it was?
Well, that's because it is.
It's fucking weird. It's just...
Which one? The original PS2?
Yeah, it's the original one.
Okay. The original, I heard, has a lot of problems in it where if you play without a guide, you're pretty much fucked because there's a lot of
that.
like...
Well,
there's
it's either
no way
that
to
or
know
trial
what
and
you want.
error, like a motherfucker. Because
But
it's
the
like,
game
let's
itself
go
is-
over here. Oh, I'm dead. Great. Let's try again. Let's go over here. Oh, I'm dead again. Cool.
There's intersecting parts where, like, I think, like, an example of it I remember is, like, if you leave you have to freeze a towel for someone later in the game and put it, I don't know if this is in the you have to, okay, so you play as different characters and you switch throughout them, like, throughout the game, and there's branching paths where, like, if you don't do something, the next character can't, like, do what they need to do. And I don't remember if you fail as that character or you can't progress through the game. Because, like, you have to, for one of them, I remember you have to freeze a towel in a refrigerator or something. Like, you have
everybody thinks to do that.
Exactly.
and then later they can use that to, like, either, I don't know, break a window or I don't forget what but, like, if you don't do that, like, you just show up, you're like, I can't do anything. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, if you don't take a shit in the back seat of this car 4 years in the future, this person won't be able to survive.
This person dies because he didn't poop right.
In Code Veronica, something like that happens. Where if you don't get the fire extinguisher, Chris can't turn off the fire.
Yeah, but that's just to get like an item. But yeah,
I thought it was to get the.
It's for the Magnum, or maybe it's not the Magnum, but it's for a gun. I don't remember which one.
It's for the Magnum Dong.
Magnum Dong.
I thought it was for the cure when Claire's like poisoned.
It's been a while, but I don't believe so.
I usually stop when I get to Chris.
Wow.
Yeah,
Poor Chris.
I haven't played Code Veronica since high school, so I don't really remember that.
Alec and I were playing it last week.
Oh, nice.
After Chris,
fucking
and I was like,
Jazz knows everything about that game, including the badge number for fucking
Claire.
Right.
I was still impressed with that, by the way.
That's ridiculous. I hate you, Jazz.
No,
you just busted that out.
But yeah, I don't really know if I like Siren. It's not what I expected, and it's hard and weird, and I don't know. We'll see. It's still early. I'll give it a chance.
Just like my dick.
Just like my dick. It's hard and weird and smelly.
and if you don't do it right one way, you get stuck.
And I've also been watching Westworld, which is,
nice.
It's essentially a remake of a movie from the 70s. This is like basically about a company in the future that created like this Western themed world filled with androids who like they're built to be like super lifelike and simulate a realistic old Western world, and rich people pay like millions of dollars to go in that world and do whatever they want. They become a cowboy and they can murder and rape or be the hero or whatever the fuck they want to do. And eventually the androids start becoming aware, and of course, like they do, and they start rebelling and all that kind of stuff. But the first season was really good, and the second season not so much.
It is no bueno.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting good reviews or whatever, but I don't know. I might fall off on the second season just because it's just they just decided to do a lot of weird things that didn't really add up, and I don't know. It had a lot more potential than it lived up to. Like they killed off characters in dumb ways, and like they took their arcs in places that just didn't fucking make sense to me, and I don't know.
Are you sure you weren't watching the end of Game of Thrones?
That as well. maybe it's an HBO thing. I'm starting to pick up a theme.
Conspiracy?
Maybe HBO is sabotaging shows.
Oh,
it's a thing.
So what are they planning?
But yeah,
this is how they fuck everyone over.
Yeah, Season 3 comes out in 2020, and it's probably going to be garbage. Can't wait.
It's like they sucker you in with a great show, and then they just make you waste your time by just ending it shittily every time.
Yeah. Get
Like
everybody
Jericho.
excited just to fucking ruin it and make them depressed.
That's how we get money somehow.
Exactly. We're going to invest in pharmaceutical companies so that we depress everybody and they got to get medication. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It'll be great.
It'll be great. Yeah, that was my week. Yay, good job.
Right on,
Weeks,
yeah.
yeah, weeks.
GG.
But
Sounded like a strong.
did what?
Because
What?
it's not a week, it's a strong. Keep
It's
going.
Okay, I get you.
it.
That's fucking terrible.
That-
It's time
that
for a
took me,
whole
like,
bunch of news,
a whole
everybody.
minute. Guys.
Oh, 911 now!
And then we need the meow.
God, what a fucking mess that was.
Is this a dubstep cast?
I
Didn't
guess.
write the script.
dub-
That's what happened.
Step
Dubcast.
cat. I guess so.
Robot cat. Fuck was
There was almost there's the cat noise. There it is. God, what is happening?
Tell us what's happening in the world.
So many things are happening in the. We're not going to talk about what's happening in the world. We're going to talk
Okay,
about
fine.
what's happening in the world of video games.
yeah.
Because that's
of video
depressing
games.
enough.
Wait, there's another world. I thought that was the only world.
All right, segment number 3 of news.
What?
What?
Number 1 was cat news.
Number 1 was
War
fuck
news.
you. Number 2 was get fucked, and number 3 is the actual news.
No, number
What are the
2 was
news?
dubstep cats. So
Get it
Shinji
right.
Shinji Mikami is reportedly attending E3 this year,
Yay.
and that is all. No.
I thought you were. He's allegedly attempting suicide.
Wow.
That'd be the fucking worst.
I mean, maybe he's gonna do it at E3. Who knows?
God, no. Please, you're a treasure.
But no, like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, that could mean The Evil Within 3. It could mean a new project, or it could mean maybe he's coming back to Capcom for RE8. Maybe, please. It's probably none of these things, but I'm hyped to see kind of what the possibilities are for him being there. Because normally he's not there unless there's a purpose for it. So if he's
'Cause
there,
even though I don't like every single thing he's ever done, but as far
Yeah.
as just being a prolific presence in video games, like I'm always interested to see what he's up to.
yes, like he's got potential for great things.
Exactly.
And
Resident Evil pachinko machines.
I will fucking murder you. You know what? That could be it. That would make a lot of sense.
If it is, we're dropping a third bomb. I hope they realize that.
I mean, Commander's where the money's at, right?
But now, could you imagine if he went back to Capcom and got back involved with Resident Evil? That could be so good. Or it actually could be really,
that would
really
make me
terrible.
like cry
too.
happy tears.
After Resident Evil 7 Outlast edition.
It was a good game, though.
It was a good
it is
game,
good.
but it didn't. It,
They need
I don't
balance.
know. It needs more.
It was very little RE and more something else. More Outlast.
There was one enemy the whole game.
That was the
Yeah,
worst
that
thing.
was
yeah.
lame.
There
That I
was
agree with.
three. I think 3 enemy types, and they all looked very similar because they were all
Like
fucking
the
molded.
molded had a lot of potential, but they didn't really do enough with them to vary them up. They just all kind of ended up being the same.
Yeah,
Here,
and
can I just-
they could have even taken that idea and just been like, okay, well, they're molded, so they all kind of look like this thing, but you could turn that thing into whatever the fuck you wanted it to be. You know
Like
what I mean?
they could have applied that to like animals and
Yeah,
stuff. That would've been
exactly.
cool. I mean, they
I
already
do-
did that with the other Resident Evil games. Why
I
not
wanna
this
say-
one?
I want to say Resident Evil 1. Let's go back to 1996 for a second,
Yeah.
when the Beastie Boys were good. You had
Wow.
Resident Evil 1. You had so many enemies. It was the first game in the franchise. They didn't even know it was going to be a franchise. It had so many enemy types.
Sure
It had
fucking
fucking
did.
sharks, plants. It had shit you never even fought. You just looked at it and you were like, damn, that's scary, and you run the fuck away.
Chris.
Chris!
It had
It had
Chris.
Lester. And then you
And
get
what-
to 7. And 7 is like the fucking 50th game in the franchise. And there's one of you. It's a farmhouse in like Missouri. We have so much crazy shit here. Zombie cockroaches you could have done. Zombie snakes. Zombie cows. Zombie anything you could have done. You could have done zombie plants. It was the same enemy from Revelations. That fucking retarded regenerator ripoff that no one likes. It's not scary. It's not. And that upsets me.
It's a little creepy in VR, but like once you see that thing like 83
For $500,
times,
this game will scare you.
Yeah, right.
like the first time you see it, it's creepy, but yeah, it quickly loses the effect. Like when you're seeing it every fucking turn, you know, it's like, oh, okay, well.
That being said, still a great game.
Yeah, really good game, but potential. You know, it had a lot more potential.
Yeah, exactly.
And if Shinji Mikami came back, you know, maybe he could reinvigorate the franchise.
Well, yeah, like Shinji Mikami would be the one where it's just like, let's get some fucking molded sharks in there.
Exactly.
Needs more bees.
Needs more cowbell. Cowbell.
Zombies.
Zombie
We'll bring Jack back and he'll be made of bees.
You motherfuckers forgot Resident Evil Outbreak 2 had an elephant! A zombie elephant!
You're retarded.
Put an elephant in Louisiana.
That pissed me off. Outbreak File 2 crossed some lines for me.
Yeah.
Zombie tigers and elephants and please don't.
Bears. Oh my.
Oh my. Zombie clowns.
Fucking clowns.
But
Wait, so that's it? The fact that he's just gonna be there, not like...
Yeah, that's all.
It.
Well, because like he's not normally there. Like he hasn't been there in a while, so why the fuck is he there?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's got to mean something. It's because like the Evil Within 3 doesn't really make sense because 2 did really bad, and Shinji Mikami was just a producer on that anyway, so he wasn't really heavily involved in it. So I don't know, like what the fuck is he doing there? You know, there's also rumors that Resident Evil 3 remake might be there. You know, so maybe he's involved in that. I don't know. I'm way too hopeful for my own good. Like I'm expecting all these impossible things, but. Just the fact that he's there could mean good stuff.
Resident Evil Outbreak HD collection.
Yeah, right. Something tells me they're not bringing Shinji Mikami back for that.
Yeah, they wanted to bring me back just to do this old shit again.
Yeah, they brought me back to do a remake of Survivor.
I just want a Final Fantasy VII remake style trailer, except for Resident Evil Outbreak 2, and just shows the elephant in the zoo, and it's like, that's it, Resident Evil 2 Outbreak, coming PS5, 2025.
Just so you know, Sean, when you said that, I was drinking water, and I almost spit it out like an idiot.
All over the computer screen. It short circuits, you just disappear.
Now
I almost had my own technical difficulty.
User error.
Do you want to know who I really want to see a crossover between?
Yep.
Team Silent and Shinji Mikami working together. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Fuck. Thanks for ruining my dreams, bitch.
I'm sorry. Our dreams were ruined with PT. Like that was that kind of an event, and
that would have been fucking glorious.
That would have changed fucking like gaming in
God
general.
Damn it, Konami.
Konami's the worst.
Pachinko loving.
Wow. Fucking soccer slaves.
Hideo Kojima firing.
And now he's making weird games that look terrible that are about being a courier.
Death Stranding, right?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
That in game to me, because I watched the gameplay. I didn't feel like I watched gameplay.
It looks like a super walking simulator.
Pocket Ladder Simulator 2019. Enjoy.
Like, it looks gorgeous, but I'm still can't make heads or tails of what the heck is going on with that game.
No.
Otacon, can ladders bloom on the battlefield?
God damn it.
My snake is getting really solid.
Oh no, my pants are solid. This next piece of news is more movie related, but you know, whatever. Robert Pattinson of Twilight fame, we mentioned Twilight earlier, is going to be the next Batman. Prepare yourself for that.
You know what? You know
I know
what? Give
who
the
you are.
guy a chance. Come on.
No.
Sean.
Do you know how much he hates the Twilight movies himself? Do you know how much he's done to distance himself from that?
He's the
fucking
reason
guy?
He
they're
has.
terrible. Well, actually, they're terrible. In
No,
their
it's because
No.
the Bella Swan, Kristen Stewart. Fuck her. She's a terrible actor in those movies.
I could just see the
okay,
fucking
guys.
Batman, though. I know who you are. Say it. I want you to say it out loud.
Yeah, in fact, just about everything about Twilight is bad. You definitely cannot just put it on one actor or the other. Like, it's just all bad all the time.
You had the guy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl be the
Yeah,
triangle.
Taylor Lautner, dude.
Yeah, so this is
Whatever
going to
happened to
be
that guy, huh?
great. So the role was supposedly between Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Hoult, which is also fucking weird. He played Beast in several of the X-Men movies. Pattinson was reportedly chosen over Hoult for being a better presence while screen testing in the bat suit.
Interesting.
God.
I would think Nicholas
I can't
Hoult
wait
would
to
be
hear
better
his
played.
Batman voice.
Just
I will say, with Robert Pattinson, if you actually want to see a movie that he's pretty good in, see the movie Good Time. That's a good movie with Robert Pattinson. He does a good job in that movie. Legit.
Hey,
not lying.
I'm not even really shitting on him as an actor. Twilight was garbage. But outside of that, like, whatever, he's fine. Whatever, do your thing.
Yeah.
But he is not, he doesn't look the part.
He doesn't look like a playboy who knows martial arts.
I mean, I thought the same thing about Ben Affleck, and he actually turned out to be pretty decent. But, like...
Yeah, just you wait, right?
Even if
they
he
said the
bulks
same
up-
thing about Michael Keaton, and look what he did.
That's true.
Dude,
I
Michael
don't know,
Keaton,
though.
I fucking love 89 Batman.
Hell yeah, it's amazing. Still holds up.
I like it more
does.
than Dark Knight, and that is, like, that opinion gets me, like, thrown out of bars, man.
Well, like, the Dark Knight is a great overall movie, and not because of Christian Bale being Batman. It's because of everything else around. Although, like, Christian Bale Batman is still good. Like,
I don't know. I don't like Christian Bale.
His Bruce Wayne is better than his Batman, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm talking like this too. I'm talking like this. It's so inconspicuous.
Well, exactly. That's what kills it. And everybody is right whenever they criticize that part because it's ridiculous.
He should have talked like that all the time, even when he was Bruce Wayne. That would have been
I'm
great.
glad to be on your podcast. Hey.
You know what I would pay money for is to see Chris Tucker play a black
oh my
Batman.
fucking
Black
God.
man.
Black man.
Can you imagine all the jokes they could make? And it would be great.
Hey, stranger, I could make a better Batman than that bloke. Fuck it. Cast Virgin in the next Batman. That's a way better choice.
They should just make Batman a girl. Like, not
Batgirl.
not
And name her
Batwoman,
Batgirl.
Not Batwoman, not Batgirl. Just make
On a
Batman
concept.
a girl.
Batman.
Just put a woman in
girl,
the suit.
man.
Everybody
Just put,
calls
like-
her Batman.
Just fucking put Ellen Page. She's like a fucking 4-foot
Bat non-binary.
Oh no,
Bat
we're not
trans.
going this route.
No.
person.
Next
I'm
up,
instantly going to hell for that one.
Google Stadia has been detailed with a release date, price point, and launch title support has been revealed. Do you guys know what this even is?
I know what the Stadia is, yes.
Yeah.
I have
So
no
if
idea.
you are unaware of what Stadia is, it is Google's new video game streaming service for cloud-based gaming. The service allows you to stream games to many devices such as PC, smartphones, tablets, and more by running the software on their local hardware and streaming the game to any of your devices on demand with no hardware limitations.
They have nothing physical. Sean hates it. 0 out
I
of 10.
fucking hate it. But yeah, this is the first glimpse into a streaming future with Microsoft, Sony, Amazon, and others right around the corner.
Yeah.
So we'll go into the details of what they announced. So I want to stress, too, that this is not a console. It is a service. The Founders Edition is a bundle of the following items that will be used with the Stadia service. So the Founders bundle is going to be like their launch version, kind of like they did the day one on the Xbox, Xbox One. But it's not a system. So.
Right.
But, Google Stadia will open for early purchase sometime in November via the Founders Edition. This will go for
Wow, that soon.
Yeah. This will go for $129.99, and it includes a limited edition Night Blue controller that values $70, a Chromecast Ultra, which also values $70, a 3-month Stadia Pro subscription, which values $10 per month, and a 3-month Buddy Pass to give to Stadia Pro, or to give Stadia Pro to a friend. Those who
not included is the massive internet bill you need to pay to make this work.
Exactly. And also, those who purchase the Founders Edition will get first access to choosing their usernames on the platform as well. So if you want to be Big Dick Guy 69, you better sign up today.
That sounds
right now.
Okay. Wow. That's a sad features list, honestly.
Yeah. So yeah, you're basically spending $130 just to make it, I don't know, more enjoyable. You need the Chromecast Ultra to play Stadia on your TV. So you don't need that if you want to play it on your PC. And then the controller has quality of life features like menu navigation and things like that built directly onto the controller. You don't need that controller, but it makes things function a little bit smoother. And then of course you got to pay the Pro subscription price to get access to they have a PS Plus kind of service where you get deals and things like that on games and whatnot.
Right.
And then the 3-month Buddy Pass obviously lets you give that to your friends so that they can have access to your Stadia account so that they can play with you and access games via your account.
That just sounds like they're nickeling and diming you for fucking every single feature.
Of course they're going to.
Well, how are they going to make money otherwise?
Yep.
No, but I mean, not as in, I realize they need to make money, but I'm saying, it's for $5 extra you get to change your username. For $10 extra you get a little star next to your username.
Yeah, that shit.
What the fuck?
That's the business, though. I mean, that's fucking Microsoft and Sony do that shit, too.
I hate that.
It's just the way the industry is going. But so while early adopters of the Founders Edition will have access to Stadia in November, general access or the base edition of the service will not be available until sometime in 2020.
The fact that they call it a Founders Edition.
I know, it's bullshit. The base edition offers the following. So you get it's free to access. Unlike PlayStation or Xbox, you do not need to purchase a subscription to play games online, but you do need to be online to stream games offered by Google Stadia. Access to the Google Stadia library of games. So once you pay for a game, it can be immediately streamed on the display desired. No downloading is required. You will not be able to take advantage of any discounts offered by Stadia Pro subscription or access free games. You can play online, or you can play on your desired screen, which can include tablets, Google Pixel 3 or 3A phones, desktop computers, PC or Mac, laptops, or your TV, but you do need the Chromecast to play it on the TV. Games will be streamed at a maximum of 1080p with 60 frames per second and stereo sound. So that's another benefit to the Pro service is you can stream at 4K. And you get, I don't remember what the details are, but you get better sound quality, you get the 4K resolution, and something else. I don't remember. Garbage.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Bunch of bullshit.
And you can find me on Google Stadia as Big Dick 69.
Join me today.
I don't understand. Okay, here's where I feel like every normal person who understands how business works has to ask. If their service is good enough, it wouldn't have all of these retarded little side fucking nickels and premiums and bullshit. The fact that they have to specify you won't be able to get free games. Okay, but I don't know. It sounds like they're coming out of the gate pretty much treating you like they're gonna rip you off, and if they don't get to rip you off, they don't give you what you pay what you get for. Even though with a service like this, I feel like you'll agree that their job right now is to convince you that this is a good idea.
Yeah,
oh, of course. That's any new platform or console or whatever.
Yeah, especially since this is more or less the first of its kind.
Yeah, because this is essentially a new console, but it doesn't have a console. The console is in their warehouses in fucking wherever, Botswanistan. And they're running the systems on their game consoles.
Are you sure you? It's not in Botswana.
What the fuck more could you
It's
possibly
just dumb.
want?
The whole thing's fucking stupid because you're paying for something that isn't. You're not even getting it. It's basically they're trying to turn video games in general into a rental service. That's all it is.
You know, as far as like conceptually speaking, like I kind of understand the appeal of the idea that all you need to play all these games that they offer you is just a solid internet connection. Like, if everybody had like the same access to that kind of internet in order to make that sort of system work, then I could kind of see that happening. But the fact of the matter is not everybody really has access to that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be such a niche market that I don't think it's really going to take off like they think it will.
Well, they're claiming that you need, what was it? I want to say somewhere in the 50 megabytes per second mark for download speed, which is, I mean, that's not hard to attain for the most part globally, but that's like running a PC game on minimum specs. Like, is that really what you want to do? Probably not.
Well, yeah, especially if you want the 4K shit.
Exactly.
You gotta go way higher than
you're
that.
not going to get 4K on a 60 fucking megabytes per second connection. That's not going to happen. But part of the problem too is like right now, like streaming video is at an acceptable level. Like everybody uses Netflix and whatever streaming service, HBO on demand, like all this shit.
Right.
Like that's how people consume media now. So it's acceptable. But you still see problems with it. You know, there's time where the resolution dips and it gets all pixelated or it pauses or, you know, there's some things that happen. And when you're watching something, it's a little annoying, but it's fine. But when you're fucking playing a game, especially if you're playing something online or competitive or if you're at a certain point in a game and that shit fucking happens, you're fucked. You know, that could mean anything.
And that already happens with online gaming in general.
Yeah.
So if anything, like just with the way that Stadia is put together, it's just going to kind of like exacerbate that problem. Just with kind of the nature of how it works, because like it's all dependent on internet, where it's just like, you know, with most normal online games, the actual game itself is more dependent on your hardware, where like the actual like latency stuff is based on your internet. Mm-hmm. So putting both those problems on the internet, that's kind of like,
yeah, we have problems. Yeah, just like you said, it's like we have problems when we're just relying on the connection to the server to be the focus. But when you're streaming everything, graphics and audio and everything is running through that's going to be a much bigger tax on the system and on your connection. So like, what the fuck does that look like?
You guys have internet, right? Everybody has.
And I just imagine like
how am I talking to you guys?
I just remember playing, or I just imagine playing like a fucking MMO online or something like that, where like if you die, like you lose your body and you got to go loot your corpse and shit like that, and you lose experience, and like there's these dramatic penalties for death. Like you're in a raid or something like that, right? And you're playing with your friends through Stadia, through streaming, and you have a glitch and you're fighting a boss and you fucking die. You know, it's like you piss off your guild probably, you know. You fucking lose time and effort for like losing experience. You have to go fucking loot your body. Like it's really inconvenient. And sure, maybe it just glitched for like a second, but that could be all it takes, because then you have to reconnect or whatever that looks like. You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit.
Well, right. Like, we would just have to hope that, you know, these fine folks at Google who designed the Stadia have taken that kind of shit into account as far as how they actually put this infrastructure.
Oh, yeah.
I know they didn't. You know they fucking didn't.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, that's probably putting a little too much faith in them, right?
Yeah.
No, dude, just believe in our Lord and Savior, Mark Zuckerberg and Le Google.
But it even...
Yeah, guys, we're all in cahoots together, right?
the most pro-consumer company ever. Prism's not a thing.
But that even opens up the door for, like, you know, just that one little second of glitch that can corrupt files. You know, like you lose connection while it's auto-saving or something. That could corrupt your entire save file.
Well, yeah, and, like, on top of that, as far as that issue is concerned, like, your save file is on their class. So if it corrupts on their end, it's even harder for you to fix that problem yourself.
Yep. And with,
that
people liking to hack and shit like that,
yeah, if somebody hacks the system, you're fucked.
Yeah. If they wipe all the servers, you're completely fucked. You have no say in it.
Which, yeah, of course, you know, Google, Facebook, any of them, they're all prone to hacks. Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to happen.
And just think about it.
No matter how good their security is.
Imagine, like, every game you've been playing for, like, whatever, 5-10 years or something like that through Stadia, like a whole console generation, all your save files are on there. Your profile information, your progress, everything that you've done for that entire period of time, and somebody hacks into that, or there's a problem or whatever, and shit gets wiped, you're fucked. Everything that you earned ever, gone.
Yeah, technically anybody that's on like Steam or Uplay or any of that shit, like they already deal with that problem as it is.
Yeah.
So Stadia is just more of that.
But that's why it's nice to have a console or you know, something more reliable. You know, physical media consoles, like you don't have to worry about that kind of shit. But those are going streaming too, so it's like you're not going to have a choice. You have to rely on the system to work, and it's not going to work 100% of the time. There's going to be problems. Things are going to happen, and you're just going to have to fucking deal with it. And that sucks.
Although, to be fair, like, just when it comes to physical media in general, like, you always have potential for that anyway.
Of course.
Like, I still remember one day when, like, I had my GameCube, you know, freaking love that system. It's still my favorite system I've ever had. But, you know, there's still one day when I was playing freaking F-Zero GX and it corrupted my memory card, which had so much, you know, good GameCube shit on there, like Smash Brothers, all the trophies, Resident Evil 4, all completed, all that shit. All gone. Poof. None of that had anything to do with digital distribution.
Yeah.
If only you could pay $5
I feel like
all this shit unlocked.
I just feel like it's less likely. Like, I've had a couple memory cards die on me too, but like, you compare that to all the gaming across all the systems and memory cards that I've used throughout all the years, it's very, very minimal, and you have more control over that. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's more likely, and nobody externally, you know, can fuck with that. Like, it's on you or somebody that you know in your immediate life that's gonna fuck with that. You know, so like the odds of things going wrong or corrupting or somebody saving over something or whatever are way lower.
Did you guys hear what happened with that one game that just came out? I think it's called World War Z, where they released an update that reset everybody's fucking progress.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, see, that kind of fucking shit's gonna happen.
That's just unacceptable for those kind of games. Because it's like, World War Z is what, an online, like, run around and, like, do stuff kind of game? Like,
yeah, like a Left 4 Dead style kind of thing.
How do you, like, can you imagine? No, but it has, like, a really big progression system.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, spending, like, weeks playing a game, or, hell, years? Let's say you spend a year playing a game, leveling it up, prestiging, like you do in Call of Duty. Then one update's like, oh, you're back to square one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, any of that kind of shit is, like, the worst shit in games, for sure, because that literally means that, like, you wasted all your time doing that, and you have nothing to show for it anymore because it's just all wiped out. Hence why that whole corrupting thing was horrible.
Yeah.
You also can't play with your friends because your friends are, well, yeah, but like you and your friends play together. You all have like varying degrees of progress, and now it's like, oh.
Yeah, I ran into something like that too with Gears of War 2. Like I played Gears of War 2 hard fucking core. Like I got all the achievements, and those fucking achievements were no fucking joke. All of them except for 2. And one of them was for like hitting max level and doing everything, and the other one was for killing like 10 million fucking enemies or whatever.
Oh yeah, the horde mode one.
Yeah,
where you
and
have
it
to
was
pretty
like
much play
that is a fucking insane grind. And I was like 10% away from getting those last 2 achievements. And one day I logged in, I was reset to 0, all my progress was gone. Because of some random update that they did on their server, fucking wiped my shit, and there was nothing they could do. So I just fucking quit playing that game because like I'm not going to do all that shit again. And like hundreds of hours that I plowed into that game, gone. Just a fucking waste of time because I had nothing to show for it anymore. And that's the kind of shit I don't want to fucking deal with.
Yeah, if anybody from the game industry is listening to this shit, we absolutely fucking hate that shit, so don't do it. we will actually come kill you with knives. It will hurt.
And I just wonder what things like when they need to do like a serious update, or when the network goes down for some reason. Just everybody that's playing games on that platform can't play games anymore until they fix whatever's going on.
Yeah, and like if anything, that's one of the other like major fears that comes with the Stadia, because we already have the issue with Steam and any other digital distribution where it's like you're not buying like a physical copy of the game, you're buying a license for the game, And whenever they decide to just not allow you to buy the game anymore, then it's pretty much just gone. Poof, you can't play it anymore. Whereas like if you have the physical copy, you're able to play it whenever you want. Which Shaun is very quick to make that argument every time, and it's a very valid, sound argument. So by all means, keep making it. But yeah, like with Stadia, you're even further exacerbating that problem because it's just like, how are they licensing their games on that platform? Are they going to kind of do like a Netflix thing where like most of these games are just going to be on rotation, and then like they'll just like cycle out games here and there if they don't like get played enough or whatever. Like,
so it sounds like that's kind of like the pro subscription thing where like it sounds like they're going to rotate like free games. Like they'll have a library of rotating games that's kind of like Netflix. Well, I guess they're not free games because you're paying that monthly service, but you know what I mean. You're paying for that service and they're giving you Netflix for games basically. But in addition to that, you can buy whatever game that you want and stream it, because you have a license. You don't own the game, but you're paying for that license. So it's kind of both, but you still don't own
it sounds really
anything.
Strange to me. Like that sounds fine if you just want to like try out games, but like when you want to get actually invested into games, especially because like sure, we have like our own interested franchises that we have, like Resident Evil for sure, or like any of the other ones that you'd be interested in personally. But like with the way Stadia does it, like what if you're not quite wanting to like play a game yet? You just kind of want to like play something else in the meantime. Like it sounds like you don't really have very much wiggle room as far as to like how you want to actually like play your games whenever you want to. You're just kind of like playing on their terms.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're just paying for a license, you're playing on their terms.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like at least with Steam, like I feel a bit more secure with that because like you're just kind of directly buying the games, and like as far as my experience with Steam, like any games that I've purchased, they've never like taken them down or anything. So, at least I don't have the fear of like, oh, I bought this game on Steam, but like they're gonna rotate it out because they feel like it. That's not a concern for me. But like with Stadia, it's just like, is that a concern for me? Like, is that kind of gonna do it?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think that's going to be an issue because you can just like Steam, you can buy individual games. But I mean, it's a little different because, again, they're streaming it whenever you want to play it. So, like at least with Steam, you have your program and you have like all your games in there. And you technically, like, I don't know, you have them, you don't like, own them, but they're all there and you can access them, where they're literally, it's only yours when you're playing it, and then it goes away, and then you play it and it comes back. Like it's weird.
Yeah, because like if you want to stream it, but if for whatever reason, like the game's not necessarily gone, but it's not available for streaming per se, then it's like you can't play it straight up.
Like it could disappear for whatever reason. Like they're updating it, or they're changing it, or they're putting up like a better version of it, like so it has a downtime or something like that. Like there's so many things that could happen that are just really inconvenient, and it just makes it easier to discontinue games and for them to disappear.
Yeah, and like to be fair, like this is all like just kind of speculation on my part. Like I haven't really like researched the Stadia fully to really know exactly what's going on. But these are definitely like legit concerns to bring up with it.
Yeah. It's a scary time. I don't like it.
Big Brother.
They call it Google Earth because Google will own the Earth.
Wow.
It will be branded Google Earth.
The Earth is mine.
And then a couple things. So they did notate that upon launch or within like the launch window, they're going to be supporting Baldur's Gate 3 on Stadia, Borderlands 3, Doom Eternal, Mortal Kombat 11, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and lots and lots of other games upon launch. So it's going to have a lot of support out the gate, which is good. But I mean, if you're into that kind of shit.
But with all of our questions that we have,
exactly.
It's just like, how good could it be, right?
Yeah. It's the beginning of the end, everybody. We're
all gonna die.
This is in my heart, the death of video games, or
load your houses with shotguns and instant mashed potatoes.
Or like more accurately, it's like the piercing of the poison-tipped blade. Like it isn't the immediate death of video games, but it's just like the beginning of the slow corruption. The moment the toxic element enters the bloodstream.
Like corruption.
Exactly.
We need a fucking zombie outbreak in this country.
It's going to be really bad for Nick, too, because how is he going to effectively stream all of his games outside of Starbucks?
Yeah, they're going to fucking Starbucks Wi-Fi is what, 8 Mbps? What the fuck is this shit going to be like, hi guys, I'm streaming my...
You'll get like
I just lost my progress!
3 frames per second, maybe.
Give me my coffee. Yeah, no, anybody who's a real gamer, and I use that word, like, or use that term, like, non-ironically, if you're, like, an actual gaming person who likes to come home from your shitty or awesome job and play games and have fun with it, don't buy this shit. Don't support this. Not because we want you to be like, oh, I want to make my life hard, because streaming might be easy for you, but don't buy this shit because this incentivizes companies, because in this country, vote with your wallet, they're going to keep doing this shit. Everything is going to keep going the direction where people throw their money. So if you don't want to support this kind of bullshit that we just talked about, do not buy it. It might seem fun to stream a game, but you know what? There's a lot of principality things that you should be aware of, like what we just discussed, that goes along with it. So don't purchase it. Don't support it. Buy your games on Steam. Buy games that you actually feel, or buy physical copies. Try to support a game method where you have control over the shit you spend your money on that you bust your ass working for.
Fucking preach right here.
Yeah, I mean, all you're really getting from this is convenience. That's all it is. And again, like, that's also debatable, because if you weigh the pros and cons, are you really getting convenience? Maybe you're getting convenience one day and another not so much. So, like, the promise of it sounds great, but
you're giving them control over your convenience. That's what's the problem.
And
I'm not sold on that.
And to me, it's just like, who fucking cares? Like, it's nice to be able to just jump from game to game to game. It's a little annoying to have to grab a disc when you know in your mind you don't have to do that. But at least you fucking control it, and you know it's there, and it's always going to be there if you want to go grab it and play it. There's no unknown factor, just play the game that you want to play. And like, the ability to just stream the shit wherever the fuck you want to, like, that's just diluting the experience. Like, why you don't want to play like fucking Metal Gear Solid or something on your fucking smartphone? You want to play that on your TV in your living room on a fucking console that will run it correctly, and it's not going to fuck up during an epic moment or something like that. You want that to be a reliable, enjoyable experience.
Well, no, there's options for that too. Nintendo Switch, you can game on the go. DS, PSP,
but even that,
Vita,
like,
Vita sucks. But
games like that, like, really, like, games that really pull you in and are cinematic and that kind of a thing, you should experience that on a big TV, comfortable in your living room or something. You shouldn't be playing that on the fucking bus. You know what I mean? Like,
well, like, that's kind of one of the other funny things too, that, since you brought it up, as far as like playing a Switch on the go. So at least with the Switch, you have the game on the disc, so you're not worried about. You're not relying on the fucking Wi-Fi in order to make sure you can even remotely play your game. So like, if you take the Stadia on the go, well, shit, you're having to rely on whatever Wi-Fi you have.
Oh yeah,
with.
that's true.
Yeah, because like, you try to do that on the train or like on a Wi-Fi hotspot. Oh, the Wi-Fi is fucking up a little bit. Oh, you can't play your game because the Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, have you guys ever been to? Everyone here has been to an airport, yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No.
Okay, well, you're Canadian. They don't have airports.
Wow.
When you're at an airport, there's I'm gonna speak as if you don't know. There's Wi-Fi. Right, that you can connect to, but 99% of the time you have to put in your credit card number and you pay $5 per hour or some bullshit like that, right? So here's the thing: Stadia or ass, whatever it's called,
Stadia ass,
steady ass. There you go. If you think that you can walk into like any place where there's Wi-Fi and hook up to that Wi-Fi and try to stream like an epic 60 FPS 4K game with cutscenes and whatever, you are so fucking wrong, especially in this country. One, that's not happening. Two, do you really think that the people in charge of running the server for that building or that establishment are going to be okay with you downing like a gigabyte a minute just while you're waiting for your bus or for your plane? They're going to probably jack up the fucking prices to like, our Stadia package where you can game non-interrupted while you have your epic luxury Southwest fucking United experience will be $29.99 for the day.
Something like that, yeah.
They're gonna do that. They're not gonna be like, yeah, $5 for your shitty, check your email while you're bored and watch some porn in the fucking terminal. They're gonna be like, yeah, we want you to pay more because you're gonna need more fucking bandwidth. Imagine if there's like 3,000 people at the airport, and like 1% of them, so that's 30 people, wants to play a fucking 4K game on their fucking, streaming device. That's a lot of fucking internet.
Yep.
Yeah, especially because America's internet infrastructure compared to a lot of other countries in the world is pretty fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine,
and it's just going to get worse too because there's going to be more of a demand with everybody trying to connect to the internet to stream all this data. Eventually, that's going to come to a head, and then we have fucking net neutrality around the corner. Like, what the fuck is that going to do? Like, it's not going into a good direction. Like, those two things happening simultaneously is probably bad news. It's like, oh, well, these companies are going to have fucking control over the internet and start charging for that. And the demand for internet service is going to fucking skyrocket at the same time. Uh-oh.
This is all...
That's bad news.
You were lying to yourself if you say, like, oh, they're not in cahoots. They don't fucking talk. Yeah, all this shit is discussed. I am convinced entirely that all of this are big business decisions that are planned in years in advance, and before even the consumer has any inclination to what the hell's going on, they discuss this shit because they all want to make more money. That's how they operate. And if they can make more money by making you have a product that forces you to rely on their service for something that you didn't have to before, but now you do, that's more money for them for the same shit. It's not different for you. You're still playing your fucking game.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's too, like we were talking about, like just the service being convenient and stuff like that. I was thinking too, like you're also going to have to start worrying about like, oh, well, how graphically intensive is this game? Like, how big is this game? How much data is there? It's like, oh, well, one day I'm playing Tetris fucking 99 or whatever, something that takes no fucking demand on hardware. You can stream that, no problem. Oh, this runs fine. That's great. But then like fucking the new Elder Scrolls game comes out. How's that going to fucking stream? You're going to have to stream all that information over to my device. It's a completely different situation. The quality is going to take a massive dip. It pretty much has to, unless you have godlike internet.
And I wanted to play that on 4K because I got to. It's fucking Skyrim, bro.
But yeah, it's fucking bad news. But we'll get the fuck out of here. We got caught up on this like we always do. I figured we would, but yeah, I still think it's important that we talk about this stuff, like especially as this news becomes bigger and more prominent. Like we fucking need to have a conversation about like what this actually means and why you shouldn't really be supporting this. And if you are, you need to at least know what you're getting into and what it's going to be contributing to in the industry and where games are going. It's not a good place. Like, do your research and look at the climate of of internet in general and video games and all these different things, all these factors that plug into the streaming method of delivery. It's not good.
Can I say one thing I read about people, like some company people saying shit about consumers? I read on Twitter a couple of weeks ago this guy being like, "You gamers are so fucking whiny. You guys say you want progress, you say you want new shit, but you guys are not willing to invest in a new infrastructure with stream-based gaming. How dare you demand new things from us and then not accept new change if it's not okay?"
What is this from?
I forget. I think it's. I don't want to say without being true because I'll incriminate someone who's not responsible, but it was someone who had something to do with the development of some game who basically was like, what's wrong with like all you guys do is complain, and it's like everybody came out and was like, no, we're not complaining that we want change and we don't want your change. It's that your change is bullshit and doesn't benefit the consumer. And it was just reading.
Yeah, ironically, he is complaining about complainers.
Yeah.
Well, no, because his response was like, albeit like, or it was like just like the one from the Xbox One thing where it's like, you guys can play your old games on disc, right? Those exist still. No one like took them out of circulation. I'm like, motherfucker, we're talking about like the progress of a medium.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't let people like that make you feel like shit because you don't support bullshit business practices like
And
this.
even
This
that
isn't
is not
progress.
even that's not even really valid because yeah, sure, big game releases are still being put out on discs for now, but there's a lot of indie shit and remakes and collections and all these games that are coming out all over the place that are not being put on disc. More and more and more, we're seeing less and less and less being put on disc. So sure, we're getting some discs now, but till when? And I don't want to have access to some games on disc. I want all my fucking games on disc. Like, I don't feel like I should be limited as to what I have access to in the way that I prefer to consume media. That's fucked up.
Right. So, yeah, whoever that guy is, you should think about what you're saying there, buddy.
And also get fucked.
Get fucking what?
It's not even neutered, bro.
What?
What?
What? Okay, we'll move on though.
So, it's always back to the neutering.
Always. But
Now, a message from our sponsor.
speaking of the downfall of video games,
Oh,
no.
another symptom, we kind of talked about this, but another symptom of straying away from physical media, Minecraft Story Mode will be discontinued in a few weeks. For those of you, for all 5 of you that care.
For what reason?
They didn't even really say. I'm sure it's just the license is going to expire. But revealed via the official Minecraft website, seasons 1 and 2 of Story Mode will no longer be supported after June 25th. Anyone who has purchased either season is urged to download the titles before they are no longer available. So if you bought it and you didn't download it, you don't have it, and it's going away. So if you don't download it now, even though they have your money...
Oh, wait,
don't have
wasn't
the
Telltale
game.
working on that?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they went kaput, so okay, I can see why that's happening.
but even so, it's
But
typical
they
with
kinda
licensing
got
things
fucking
like this that the license goes up and then they have to pull the game, which is another thing you can't do with physical media, but you can do it with streaming and digital. And
Yep.
guess
and that
what?
company-
Licenses don't last forever, so once a licensed game comes out, it's on a time limit. That game's gonna go away at some point, so
Dude,
enjoy that.
I
Sean,
just,
can I come to your house and take your copy of Alan Wake because the music in it is not licensed
Yep,
anymore?
exactly. Fucking stupid.
right. Dude, I just figured it out. The game industry is headed by Thanos. He's dusting all the games, dude.
Oh no.
Snap. Your fucking Minecraft story mode's gone.
I mean, at least they actually notified the public this time before pulling it, because that's normally not something we even get. Normally
Yeah,
this kind
sometimes
of
they don't
shit.
even say anything.
Yeah, normally this happens under the radar, and then it's just like, oh, well, I guess that game's gone. Great.
Didn't they pull the WiiWare or the Wii digital store just without telling anyone? They're just like, Okay.
They did. I mean, it wasn't big news, but they did.
It wasn't big news that
Yeah.
half the shit you spent your money on
They
is
mentioned
now
it
gone.
in passing, you know. Oh, by the way.
Can you imagine if anything in real life was treated with that level
I know, it's
of,
like, oh, by the way,
seriousness?
your car's gone. But anyway, how's your day going?
How's your motorcycle? But that car did.
Oh no, it's just like that South Park joke where they want to invest money in the bank, and then the bank was like, "Okay, we took your $20, we invested in a money market account, and it's gone."
Yep.
What? What happened to my money? It's gone.
It's gone.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
God damn it, Kenny!
And now let's talk about a broken game. Todd Howard and Bethesda knew Fallout 76 would be rough, but does that make it better?
Did they? Wait. Sorry, what?
So apparently Todd Howard and Bethesda knew Fallout 76 was going to be a rough launch. So recently there was an interview with
Why'd they
IGN.
release it?
Yeah, Todd Howard sat down with somebody at IGN.
They're
And-
coming out with this a year after the. Oh, we knew it was gonna.
And they
But we
spoke-
already got the money, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, in an interview with IGN, Todd Howard spoke a bit about the struggle with Fallout 76, and he had this to say, quote, that was a very difficult development on that game to get it where it was. We were ready for a lot of those difficulties that ended up on the screen. We knew, hey, look, this is not the type of game that people are used to from us, and we're going to get some criticism on it. A lot of that is very well-deserved criticism, end quote. So,
Wow, that's about as corporate of a statement as you can make about that.
Such bullshit.
So
Wow.
if you knew this was going to be an uphill battle and it would have all these issues, why would you not do more beta testing? Or release the game in early access?
Yeah.
Or delay it? Instead, they release a break it early beta test for a day or two, a month before the fucking game comes out. And if they knew about this beforehand, then releasing this game the way that they did was just fucking stupid.
No kidding.
And then from there, it was just a fucking spiral of fuck-ups and lies. They fucking microtransaction gouging, false advertising, fucking personal data leaks, and so on and so on. Like, they had all these fucking issues, but they knew this was going to be a disaster.
They couldn't even give you a bag that you paid $300 or however much you paid a shit ton of money for that
with
shit.
All this crazy shit that went down.
What the fuck?
They have the fucking balls to say, yeah, we were ready for it. We knew this was going to happen. What?
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
What?
Eat my asshole, buddy.
Nobody buy a Bethesda game ever after this. Holy shit.
Especially the Fallout game like that. Fuck that.
Like,
Fuck Elder Scrolls 6!
What a fucking
Right? Like, what the fuck is he
ridiculous
gonna do with
thing
Elder
to
Scrolls?
say.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like, you could have fixed this very easily. If you truly mean what you're saying and you knew that this was going to be a problem and there's going to be a lot of adjustments and fuck-ups and things that people were going to be upset about, if you really knew that was going to be a thing, why the fuck would you not release the game in fucking early access and maybe charge a little bit less? That way, you're fucking, you're putting it out there. You're setting the expectation. And you're including the fucking gamers by letting them in on what's going on. Hey, help us fix this game. We know it's going to be a problem. We know this is something different. Help us work out the bugs. Then you would have looked good. And everything probably would have been fine. Yeah, integrity.
You know what? I disagree. I completely understand where you're coming from, but I disagree on one simple principle, that this is a AAA fucking company. If this was if this was any other developer that was like, middle to low ground, like
like an indie developer,
This is Bethesda! What the fuck do you mean they can't make a game? What the fuck do you mean you need people to help you make a fucking $60 game with microtransactions? Get the fuck out of here! Fallout 3 didn't need help. New Vegas didn't need help. Fucking Fallout 4, whatever piece of shit that was, still didn't need help. It was at least functional. Rage 1 and 2, like, what the fuck?
I agree that, like, given their status in the industry and their track record and everything, and the size of the team they have and all these different aspects, the right thing to do would have been take the time you need to make it fucking work, or don't make it. But worst case, like, if you feel you need to put it out now for whatever reason, or you need the help of a large audience to figure things out, set the fucking expectation. Let us know what's going on. Be willing to give us a discount because you fucking need help breaking this game and working things out. Like, don't just be like, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, $60, and then it just fucking falls apart. And then be like, oh yeah, we knew that was going to happen. What? No.
It's more. It's like, they're way more concerned with, like, the shareholders and how they're pressuring them to get the games out, as opposed to how the actual customers are going to react to the game itself.
But they need to be smart enough to know that that's important. Guess what?
Voting with your wallet.
What? If customers don't fucking receive your game well or your company well, you're not going to sell anything.
Yeah, you won't be a fucking company
exactly.
ever.
Like, you might want to factor that in. It's fucking stupid.
Look what happened to Telltale. They got fucked over for shit like that.
Yep.
If you expect people to pay $5 for a color change on... Okay, this is an MMO, essentially, right? That's what Fallout's trying to say. It's supposed to be this, like, RPG MMO version of Fallout. And you have to pay $5 to change the color of your fucking power armor suit for a game that doesn't even...
Santa Claus.
Yeah, $20.
You could go buy a real Santa outfit for that amount.
And it'd be a good one too. But like, this is the same. For them to come out after all this and say, "Yeah, we knew this was good," get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
it
was
such
bullshit. Stupid. Like,
it's disrespectful to everyone who's ever given $1 to this fucking company. It is a punch to the dick to everyone who paid $60 for fucking 76 on release day. It is like raping the corpse of a dead mother of a person who paid $300 for that retarded power armor helmet.
Yeah, and they got
and
their
that duffel
shitty bag
that they still haven't given people. Like,
yeah, and the worst part about that too is like they sent the real bags, the canvas bags, to influencers. So they flat out lied about it. Like those existed.
Wait, who did they send the real ones to?
To influencers. Like they sent influencers high quality versions so that they could do unboxings and be like, hey guys, this is what you get in the Power Armor edition. And then the ones that they actually sold to the consumers were the shitty garbage versions. Like they did that on purpose. And they did the same. They released Nuka-Cola branded vodka for, I think it was $90 a bottle, and they advertised it to come in this like high quality like Nuka-Cola shaped bottle, and it got delayed for like months. And when the consumers finally got it, the bottle was just a regular bottle encased in a flimsy plastic casting of the Nuka-Cola bottle. It wasn't actually the bottle.
Oh no, dude!
So like they did this same thing repeatedly. Like this wasn't a fucking.
But hey, they saw it coming.
They were.
And the vodka made me vomit. God damn it!
Yeah. Oh, and when you went to pour the vodka out of the bottle, it leaked all over the place because of the design. Yeah, it's just, there's so many things that they fucked up during this period of time, and the only thing that they should have been allowed to do is be like, hey, look, we fucked up. We're sorry. This is what we're doing to fix things. Give us another chance. You don't go into an interview and go, yeah, we knew this was going to happen.
Wait. Can you read the second half of that again? Because we just said all the bullshit that went on. I want to hear the second half once again, please, if that's cool.
Bring out Nick's eloquent vitriol again. That's entertaining.
This is everything wrong with modern gaming.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Are you talking about the quote from Todd Howard?
Yeah. The second half where he talks about like just whatever the last sentence that you read.
Yeah, he said, we knew, hey, look, this is not the type of game that people are used to from us, and we're going to get some criticism on it. A lot of that is very well-deserved criticism.
We're gonna get some. This is nothing. It's a fucking open world game. What the fuck do you mean? People are not used to this shit.
All of the Fallouts were open world games.
Yeah, this is. I think what they mean is it being online and player driven and stuff like that.
Player driven, no NPCs, no fucking quests. That's the type of the type of game where you don't do shit, nothing happens, and you get fucked in the ass and in the wall. Fuck him. Fuck Todd Howard.
Yeah, you would think it'd actually be easier because like they had no story. They didn't have to write a story.
Make your own stories.
They didn't have to do any kind of cutscenes. They didn't have to do dialogue. Like there are so many things that they got to remove from this game. Like it really should have balanced out. If it was given enough time, to actually make a fucking real game, it really shouldn't have been an issue. But whatever.
But it was.
It was, and they just
it wasn't just a disaster on the game level. Clearly,
yeah. They just continue to they just continue to fuck up over and over again, and they refuse to fucking apologize. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, was there any I'm sorry in this, or was it just like, yeah, it should have happened anyway?
Nope.
Being a douche.
Even with the canvas bag thing, like they didn't even own up to that. They were just like, oh well, we're sorry that you feel like this bag isn't adequate. Since you're upset, we're gonna give you about $3 worth of in-game currency for Fallout 76. That was their response.
That's almost sounded like the whole fucking Channel Awesome situation that happened earlier this year.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit.
We give you permission to be upset where we fucked you in the mouth for your money.
Yeah, what's with corporate statements like this? Who's writing this garbage?
Yeah, it's a fucking...
There's like some fucking socially repressed moron who's working for these like script writers and shit.
No, but like it's all legal babble too. It's not like if they came out and said, "Listen, we know we fucked up." Like it literally verbatim was, "We fucked up." Okay, it happens. Corporate shit. We didn't do the right. If that was it, I'd be like, "All right, you have at least my attention. This is just the same old bullshit. You have permission to be upset. It is understandable that you would be upset that we took your money and gave you nothing for it that we promised and fucked it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Everyone boycott Bethesda. Don't buy their fucking games. Don't support Todd Howard. Just, there you go. There's a solution. May bankrupt them. They don't deserve your money.
Yeah, honestly, they probably figure, hey, we're Bethesda. People love us. We make amazing games. They'll forgive us.
No,
that's
forgive
probably
them.
Their mentality, I bet you, because
not
otherwise,
for this shit.
if that wasn't the way that they're thinking, like, why would you not address the issue? Why would you not fucking apologize for your repeated fuck-ups over and over again? They fucked up in almost every way that you could possibly fuck up. You know, fucking security breaches and leaking fucking personal information, false advertising, releasing broken games, saying that we knew this was going to happen. Like, how much more can you fuck up?
You remove the game off Steam and everybody's fine.
You know what? I am waiting for like some allegation to come out where it turns out that Todd Howard rapes every female employee at Bethesda.
No.
That's
Honestly,
like the only step up from
I'm
or step down from
super
this.
duper surprised that this hasn't become a class action lawsuit. I'm shocked.
Well, just wait. Maybe
Yeah,
it will. Who
maybe
knows?
it's coming. This is still new news, so maybe
Next
this will be
week
the
on
final
More News.
the final nail. But yeah, we'll
geez.
keep going. We're at about an hour and a half, and we got 2 more things to talk about, but they are short. So
Okay, yep.
this one's kind of relevant to what we've been talking about. Konami announces the Contra Anniversary Collection, and it's digital only.
And let's get on the subject of Konami and how fucking stupid they are. Am I right?
It sucks. Like, this is something that I would want to buy. This and the Castlevania collection that they released recently. I would love to buy those games, but I don't fucking want them digital.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Just buy the original shit in the fucking bin at the flea
that's
market.
all you can do. But yeah, it's a cool
That's
collection
what Jess
for.
did.
Yeah,
Do you want
she's
to
smart.
know how much I paid for Silent Hill 1 Black Labeled 2 weeks ago?
$30.
How much?
$70 fucking dollars.
Damn.
That hurts.
Pachinko, fuck you, Konami.
But this would be like a great collection, to have on disc. It's got Contra, the arcade version, the NES version, and the Famicom version. It's got Super Contra, Super C, Contra 3, Super Probotector. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Contra Hardcore, Probotector. I don't know what that is. And Operation
that's a
C.
word.
Yeah, I guess. Probotector.
Sounds like a sex toy or something.
It does. But no, like, it's all the fucking Contra games. It's a really cool collection, and that would be a great thing to have on a disc. And you could just go play them. And like, the part of the appeal of like older games is like they're collectible. It's like it's a piece of history, and it's nice to have that piece of history on your fucking shelf to appreciate and to collect. So why the fuck would you not have a disc?
I don't know, man.
Stupid.
But I love this thing that Nick posted in chat just now.
I feel like that's video game companies right now.
Jesus.
Not far off.
But yeah, RIP video games. But yeah, we got one more thing real quick. After 19 years, Baldur's Gate finally gets a sequel in the form of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, like I realized you just kind of like dropped that as far as the whole Stadia thing. I was just like, wait, they're making a Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah. So
But who's making it?
Low key out of nowhere.
No, but who's making it? That's the real.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh, it's the team that did Divinity 2, which was received really well. So
I mean, Divinity essentially is like a sort of spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate, so I could see them like doing justice to it at least.
I'm sure that's why they're bringing this back, is because Divinity 2 did so well. They're like, hey, maybe now's the time.
Yeah, Divinity's great.
Yeah, I heard a lot of really good things about that. I want to play it. I heard like it's like even if you do couch co-op, you can do complete like independent campaigns essentially. Like you guys can go completely 2 different directions in the world and affect the world like differently. Like one person can do like side quest A, B, and C, and those will be done. Like player 2 or player 1 can't go do those because they're already done by the other player. And the other player can go and do their shit. Like, it's really cool when you have split screen. Normally you're tethered to each other, and like each person has to do like the same side quests or story missions or whatever. You know, it's kind of like locked down. But in this game, you can do whatever the fuck you want and impact the world individually. And I don't think any game's ever fucking done that for a split screen game that I'm aware of.
Do you have Baldur's Gate 1 or 2?
I do not. The only ones that I played were the Dark Alliance games, and I fucking love those games.
I was gonna say, if we all get Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 on Steam, we can all do like 4-player like co-op.
Well, let me get through this story. There's actually something better that we can do. So the announcement was made during Google's Stadia event via a pre-rendered trailer, but little is known outside of that. They didn't give a release date or any further information was given, and they only confirmed the platform is going to be PC, so they didn't announce anything for consoles whatsoever, which is really odd because a Baldur's Gate package, including all previously released Baldur's Gate games, was just recently announced for PS4 and Xbox One and Switch. And it's going to be released on the 24th. So why not
Baldur's Gate 3 on console too?
Yeah, so if you're pushing a new game collection of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 that's coming out soon, and you just announced 3, why are you not talking about that going on console? What?
Weird.
Super fucking weird. Maybe because it was on Stadia, they wanted to focus PC, and maybe they'll announce it later. But it just seems like a very strange move. You'd think at the end of the trailer, it would just have the logos for all the platforms, but I don't know. It's kind of strange. But yeah, if we wanted to play that together, we could play it on PS4 or Xbox when it comes out.
Fuck yeah.
Because fuck this.
X-Cox.
X-Cox.
Balls.
Balls Gate, X-Cox too.
But yeah, that's all we got for news. There's actually a lot more that I didn't even get to fit in here, but yeah,
we're just too much of chatty Cathys.
We're too chatty. But yeah, it's
actually, to be fair, like all those discussions were pretty like legit and had to be had because it's just like this is the fucking future video games, people. Like this is what we're dealing with.
Yep, and this is gonna air, I think, either during or right after E3, so it'll be interesting to see kind of what Microsoft ends up announcing, because since they're going to be like the dominant presence at E3, I'm assuming that they're going to talk about their next gen console, because even PlayStation's started to kind of talk about the specs and what the PS5 is going to look like. So since they have the spotlight on them for E3, I mean, it'd be a missed opportunity to not talk about that. So we might hear a little bit more about what their plans are for the future and their garbage streaming bullshit that they're going to be doing. And
we'll talk about how much worse it's gotten.
Yeah, we'll talk about on the next podcast. We'll talk about how we've descended even further. It'll be great.
I'll
live on. Yeah, that old video is pretty great. But I was gonna say it's like I'll end up like trying to stream in a McDonald's and I can't.
Guess I gotta find a house.
Mm-hmm. Gotta upgrade my box.
But yeah. No, the cravings box at McDonald's. No, I didn't mean to yell, I did mean to yell, but like seriously though, like this is something you should not back down on an inch about. I feel strongly about it because at the end of the day, like you're putting money towards entertainment, which is like you don't need games in your life as much as we like to imagine that we do. You don't need these things. There's more to real life. There's food, there's utilities, there's bills, there's Resident Evil collections, and then there's video games. And that's kind of where you have to...
Murder.
Drugs. Like, you can't... If you let companies mouth fuck you for every cent and then just be like, yeah, we expected this to happen, or there's all this bullshit. Like, if you let companies do what Todd Howard and Bethesda are doing, they will. Because they're not concerned with your happiness. They're not concerned with how good the game is. They're not concerned about making
If you lay down on a bed, take off all your clothes, they will fuck you.
Yeah, regardless if you say no, if you sign a waiver that says I do not. And you should make it clear and explicit that you are not for this. And with your wallet and with your words, you should be like, this is bullshit. And you shouldn't give them credit of like, oh, but they're just making money. They're just trying to support that. I'm not trying to fucking hear that. They have enough money as a company to do way more, and they have done more. And if they need to backpedal down or make games simpler, which I don't know how much simpler you can do except a fucking MMO like 76. I don't know how simpler you can get at this point. There's not
Well,
even
yeah, they
motion
didn't even have
capture.
story or NPCs or anything like that.
Right? Like I forgot about that. They didn't even like. It's not like more effort goes into like actually writing a world and cohesive decision role playing shit than just a map where you run around and shoot other people and kill shit.
That's hard, guys. It's so hard.
We knew it would be hard. Yeah, well, maybe you should have taken Viagra. But anyway,
Right.
that's just don't let companies treat you like shit. Anyone who's like, oh, well, we need brand loyalty, fuck them. Brand loyalty is bullshit because they're making money off of your desire to own their product. That is the only level of loyalty that exists. If they make a good thing that you like and you support, you should give them money. Any other time, you should stand up for yourself as a consumer in this capitalist society. Didn't mean to get on the soapbox, but...
Hey man, as far as things to passionately yell about, that is completely valid.
I hate when I've been in so many different communities where people are like, well, EA needs to make money and stuff. I'm like, fuck
EA
you.
can suck my asshole.
Fuck you. You are so... The fact that you're they don't need you to defend them. Anyway.
They do not.
They need to make money, but there's right and wrong. There's a right and a wrong way to do that. And
Damn right.
You should have more self-respect than to just let them fucking take your money and abuse you and fucking stand up for yourself.
My boyfriend needed to fuck me.
Yeah.
Even though I said no, he needed to get off.
EA loves me even though it hits me every night.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
His penis felt better after he raped me. I swear, it's good. It's for a good cause. Is that a visceral enough comparison of what you're accepting? Like,
Hashtag me too.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh, I crossed the line.
Yeah, it's a scary place for the video game space.
For sure.
But we'll see what happens. It's all coming to a head here. It looks like. After E3, we'll probably know a little bit more. But
That's why we gotta get
hopefully
together.
it's
We gotta
some
fight
good
it.
news.
We have
But
to build the resistance.
yeah, support retro and all that stuff. Physical. Respect yourself.
the word.
Respect the industry.
We're not sponsored by anyone who tells us our opinions, so you should respect us for that as well. Everything you hear here is genuine truth and honesty.
Man, I'd be surprised if anybody sponsored us after the shit we've said.
Yeah. Well, at least any publishers.
Right.
No, I feel like we do possess the most integrity of any
This episode
podcast.
is brought to you by Bethesda.
Yeah, right.
Get your loot boxes today. You know you want to be Santa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see my homie Todd Howard later.
If you use the affiliation link,
Get
Bethesda.com
yourself
/the
a
ward.
cool, refreshing bottle of Nuka-Cola rum. In a plastic bottle, motherfucker.
You get 2.5. You have to pay 2.5% more if you use our affiliate.
The bottle has like a coin dispenser, and every time you want to take a shot, you have to put money into it. Enjoy. But yeah,
Selling out's bad, okay?
we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up and get into some updates. Jazz,
It's like Christmas.
show me what you got.
What you got? This was a very entertaining episode.
Yeah,
Just like sat back and listened to you guys. It was really fun.
I'm glad.
Just like when Nick
I'm
got an
having
update, I
fun
was like, holy fuck. He's really passionate about that.
The
I
passion.
don't like getting fucked.
It's not.
We
he's
have
not.
passion.
He's not
Aside from
passionate
Resident
enough.
Evil.
Right. I'm down with the passion.
I'm not even a queer EMT, and I got passion. Get on my fucking level.
It's the passion of the press.
Bless
Yeah.
RNG.
Updates. Not much new going on. It's pretty much the same shit.
Same shit.
Same shit.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
been
the
working more on the machinimas that I'm trying to get through. I've been hounding people for lines for episode 3 and haven't heard back. So Austin did his.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
good boy.
Austin did his lines.
Good
He's
job,
the-
Austin.
Like one of 2 or maybe 3 people who did it.
Wow.
Yeah, but he did it first or second.
Wow.
I
I'm a responsible adult.
You get a duffel bag made of.
I haven't even done mine,
love.
to be honest.
Dude, even I did my lines before you. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I can like punch myself
yeah,
in the face whenever I want to get my line.
Plus you're the one making the thing, so you have more of an excuse. So
I usually wait and do my lines like based off of Shaun, so that like I can get the proper reaction to Parker's lines. But then
that's actually a fair way of doing it.
Because
I have been thrown under the boat.
No, but you're not. There's like 4 other people that I can talk to every fucking day.
Wow.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Don't respond.
Wow.
I went out of my way to give them fucking lines.
Well, yeah, coordinating with randos is way harder for sure.
I feel like this is how Bethesda makes their games. Like we want to hear the consumer's reaction to our broken game first before we make the game.
Yeah, we messaged all the consumers, but never heard back.
Wow.
Well, like, yeah, there's not only that, but just the idea of like patching games now. Like, they can't fully
started.
Exactly.
Patching machinima is what?
Oh my god. I didn't like that line in episode 13.
I'm gonna patch that out.
Yeah.
We're gonna change the look of
the
Leon
next one
in
if you
episode
don't change
13.
We're gonna dye his hair, but you're gonna have to pay extra to watch it.
Yeah, you have to donate $5 to see the unlisted version of that.
In episode 13, Leon gets a haircut, but you have to sponsor me in order to see it.
It's the only
No,
way.
I'm getting RE too late, Leon.
The ward needs money, and the only way we can get it is by taking advantage of you.
We're sorry you felt that way.
Derailed again.
Is that all, Jazz?
Yeah, episode 13 is still, 3, fuck.
Wow, 13, you've gotten far.
Yeah, I skipped all the other ones. Episode 3 is on its way, hopefully, and I actually almost forgot to mention that's a big one. I started recording more footage for RE1. So...
Which one? Director's cut? Remake?
Does it matter?
No.
Maybe it does.
If it's for machinima, I don't think it really matters. I don't have the music.
It could indicate what content you're recording.
Well, I don't have the director's cut. I have the good one.
Polygon
that
count.
is valid.
The bottom line is, it's for the residents.
Beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye.
It brings pain to my stomach.
Brings a tear to my
and
ass.
$1 from my wallet.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll record from director's cut if you guys each send me $5 so that
You may not notice a difference, but I'll know.
Well, I'm not even gonna buy it. I'm just gonna tell you I did.
You're just gonna take a picture of it.
Wait, is there I have both versions. Is there actually a difference?
A shit
Besides the
soundtrack
music?
and shit costumes, that's all. Oh, and item placement.
Even if it's original version? I've never played arrange mode, so I don't know.
No, I think the original one's normal. It's been a while.
It's not a retarded baby. It's like, I put the moon pearl in the tower.
Put the moon pearl? What are you playing?
The pearl in the tower, never take a food.
And then Nemesis is hiding in the... Nemesis comes out from
Somebody should rewrite Lime in the Coconut song.
Well, shit, I might just do it.
There you go.
And you have to sing it in that exact voice.
You have a new job.
God damn it. I guess that's my update. I'm going to do that.
There you go, Austin. You're updating it now.
No, I'm not going to fucking do that.
Oh.
I was passing the torch.
So.
Austin,
young torch.
what's the what in the butt?
Well, guess you and me later. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa!
It's my turn!
Whose butt though?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, as far as like...
Don't brush over that question!
Well, I'm trying to answer his initial question here. That's how you get derailed, when you introduce more questions.
More cocks, more asses, more questions.
More cocks. More holes.
What are you doing?
Well, for the moment, not jack shit. I've been busy as fuck the past 2 weeks. I'm trying to recover from that. And then I've got plenty of other shit going on the next couple of weeks too. Which actually, fun fact. So I've been following some like Resident Evil speedrunners on Twitch lately, and one of them is named Pessimism. Are you guys familiar with him?
I am not.
The emotion.
Well, Pessimism is like actually one of the major like world record holders as far as Resident Evil speedrunners goes. So he's like pretty fucking good at it. And I came to learn on my travels because in our wonderful airport Wi-Fi I got to deal with, I was able to watch some Twitch streams, and
Full
he was one of
circle.
them. And I learned that he actually is a vocalist in a death metal band, and I learned that he actually lives pretty close to my hometown,
Oh,
and he's
shit.
doing a show next Friday night in a bar that's nearby where my work is. So I was like, holy shit, I'm going to fucking go to that.
Dude.
That's awesome. Is he going to
That is
speed run Resident Evil while he plays?
While he sings.
That would be fucking awesome.
This next song goes out to all you Resident Evil fans.
That is exactly what the show's going to be, and I'm going to fucking love every second of it.
Awesome.
But yeah, so that's probably like the coolest, most Resident Evil relevant thing that I got going on. Other than that, I'm just going to be like, chill out for a little bit. If you guys need lines or anything, you can hit me up for it, even though, clearly I already did them, so.
Personal drug dealer.
Oh, I got more!
Yeah, I got some
yeah.
coming soon.
Yeah, if you got more, throw them at me. I'll do them.
And you'll be doing the fucking coconut remix. So
Yeah,
Yeah, just write that in the episode so you have to, force my hand to do it.
Barry's got a coconut.
Oh, look at all these fucking coconuts I got. Been trying to pawn them off, but nobody wants to buy them. What the fuck?
they're
Coconut
fuzzy and
hippies.
brown.
They have to figure out some kind of streaming model. People are into that these days.
Nick, what's hot
Yes.
and fresh?
Shit and semen in that order.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry. What's hot and fresh? Resident Evil 3 from 1999 or 2000. I forget which
That
one.
is
But
super
I'm
hot
doing
and fresh.
I'm doing a let's play of that. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. I got two versions of the first video. The first, I sound like I'm dying of narcolepsy. Second one sounds like I have ADHD, so I don't know which one to
You
pick.
never know what you're gonna get.
Which personality do I have today?
My other kin life. No. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm writing a song for Shaun. That was kind of a surprise, but I guess we can say it here.
Nice.
I'm rewriting the.
I'm pretty sure I knew about that. Hurry up.
Well, no, because I need Cody to sing, but Cody's like, I'm not gonna sing, so I'm trying to get my dog
wow.
to sing.
What?
But
Dog.
But no, I'm also trying to remake. I finally started tabbing out, which for you people who don't know what instruments are, you just write out the notes so you don't fuck up when you try to do it by memory.
I do know that.
I'm gonna be doing a remix version of that awesome song you hear at the beginning of every Resident Evil Days of Our Lives called Restless Days by Carrot Vegetable Works or
Yeah.
something.
Carrot works, yeah.
And I'm using Shadow 556, I think his name is. Something like that. His piano remix for like knowing the notes because it's very clear and awesome.
Yeah.
I've been streaming a lot.
Did somebody
I've been streaming-
remix that?
Yeah,
Excuse me?
it was the piano version of that's not the original version. Or unless you used the non-piano version, in which case you probably might have not have heard it.
I have like 30 versions of that song.
Well, the original sounds like it's on a MIDI. The piano version that Shadow made is the one where it's like an actual, like I assume he recorded his grand piano and he played it, and it sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
But doing that, probably going to be playing some Silent Hill 1 and 4 because I already beat 2 and I'm going to play 3 probably. And I also got, since Sean's been talking about it and it's like awesome, Martian Gothic.
Yes.
Marvin Gothic.
You
Marvin-
said it incorrectly.
Marvin Gothic Apocalypsis, I think it's called. What's it called? I think it Unification. And the cover looks like 3 people from Alien dying.
Marvin
And it has-
Gothic, the curse of the Marvin.
is a spine-tingling
Enter the Marvin.
action.
Oh, hey, it's a game about Marvin the Martian.
I want to read one of these product features on the back of the box that I just find hilarious.
Ultra realistic graphics.
Selective control of 3 specialized characters working as remote members of the same team. And game designed script and dialogue written by acclaimed science fiction writer Stephen Marley.
All right.
Don't know who the fuck that is, but
Me neither.
and for some reason it needs
blowing voice acting.
2 memory card blocks. don't
I thought you were
know
going to say it needs 2 memory cards. I was like, what?
It needs 2 cocks.
Yeah, you put one in the hole and then one in your console. And then I also have Parasite Eve 1, which I got, and I'm probably going to be playing that. And my girlfriend has a PSP, so I got her 3rd birthday, so she'll be playing.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
She doesn't know it yet, though. So.
GG.
Anyway. But yeah, Shaun, how was your pub date week thing?
Wow, way to fuck that up. How was
You're
your
fired.
updates? I have been working on a schedule to kind of organize projects and to push myself to complete things and not spread myself too thin like I have been. Hopefully this will allow me to kind of focus on individual projects more intensely and therefore complete them a little bit quicker. And I'm loading up stuff on my laptop so that I can work on things on my breaks at work to also help push things forward a little bit quicker. So hopefully speed will increase a little bit.
You beautiful, dedicated motherfucker.
I work so hard.
Instead of eating lunch, he's going to be working on machinima.
Exactly.
How do you guys
I'm not
feel
even
about
eating
that?
for you people. But
You poor bastard.
You people.
yeah, wow. And I have some bad news. I may have to do another recasting for Days episode 13. See, you fucked me up.
Oh,
You reversified me. For episode 13. But yeah, the actress who voices Ashley has a broken microphone, and she can't afford to replace it at the moment. So
Ashley.
we're still
I thought you
trying
were about to
to.
say broken neck. I was like, that's
We're
a
still
little
trying to
hard voice.
figure out kind of what we can do, but yeah, but if I want to,
Yeah, it's a bummer.
yeah, if I want to avoid more delays, I'll probably have to just recast her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully I can work things out, but most likely I'll be spending next week doing a recasting. Yay. But other than that, I've been trying to just kind of button that up and get that finished so I can finally release that to you guys. You can finally hear
we
the
need it.
lines that Austin recorded like fucking 10 years ago.
Right.
But yeah, so bumps in the road, but I'm working around it, and one day it'll be done. Hopefully soon.
You got this, dude.
I'm trying.
Everybody,
You
who's
can
listen-
do it.
everybody who's listening to the podcast in the car or at work, everybody put your hands up and clap and say, Shaun.
I'm gonna be working on things on the laptop while I'm driving to work. Never stop.
Or like on the forklift while you're lifting the pallet.
It'll be great.
It's like, hey, you're gonna get that shit down. Hold on, I gotta edit this audio clip.
I mean, hey, I used to work for Home Depot. I could just help you out while you work.
Perfect. You can be my substitute.
I drove forklift too, so
I'll tag you in. It'll be great.
yeah, tag team.
Yeah, tag team.
Like, here, tell your spotter, being like, listen, not only do you need to spot me to make sure I don't kill anyone, because I'm a little distracted here.
Yeah, I'm a little busy making fucking art.
Making content and art!
I'm making fucking art, okay? Oh, shit.
Maybe I should do that. Just bring my guitar, be like in the break room. Everyone's like, what the fuck you doing? Like, oh, I'm making art.
Making art.
Yeah.
Deal
Blow
with it.
me.
Drive
Driving
off
a
with
truck,
that.
what's it look like?
But yeah, that's going to do it. That has been episode 37. As always, thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you had a splendiferous time.
Thanks
What
for having
did you
us,
did
man.
you say 32nd?
37.
Oh, I was going to say, what?
Do we know how to number anymore?
We don't even know how to number.
Just put Roman numerals. They'll
There we
figure it
go.
out.
We'll just put letters.
MCX.
This has been episode S2. Hashtag. Hopefully you enjoyed that. The video game space is changing, and it's a war zone out there, so don't forget to wear protection, everybody.
Jeez.
Wear a condom.
Wear a condom, wear a game condom. You don't want to get a
fucked
virus.
by the game industry safely.
Exactly. And until
Protect
next
your
time.
asshole and your wall.
Yep.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Tell me lies.
Shut up.